Hi guys, my name is Mr. Bo, and today I'm going to be covering the mailsack New Beginnings from the Bungie.net page. It's a sort of a quick Q&A with DJ or DJ, I'm not sure how you say that, it looks more like DJ, and he talks about certain things to do with Destiny and what we can expect to see in the future, as well as some new concept art and a little joke that happened at the PS4 event. So I'm going to get straight into this now, and he goes on to say what are the 3 things you should know about Destiny and that'll make you want to buy this game. And the first thing he goes and talks about is Destiny is an action game set in an amazing and mysterious new universe. If you love first-person shooters, if you enjoy Bungie action games, then you're going to love Destiny. Second thing he goes on to say is players are a centre of our world. You create a character, you grow and you customize it over time. Bungie has always been one of the best companies to give players the opportunity to create unique characters. You know, back from Halo 1, Halo Combat Evolved, you could change colours. Then in Halo 2, you know, you could change even more colours. And in Halo 3, they finally added armour. And from the pictures that we've seen and from the quick gameplay that we've seen, we know that there was a lot of customization, as nearly all the characters we have seen look completely different, and we know there's 3 classes. There are probably going to be more when they start talking about it more. The third thing he then goes on to talk about is how co-op is in the game, and he says Destiny is designed from the ground up to be better when you play it with your friends. You can have a solitary cinematic experience, meaning you can play it on your own, one player, but Destiny is built from the ground up to be a cooperative experience. So, you know, you really want to get, from we've seen from the trailers and stuff, it looked like there was 6 people in a clan, or not a clan, but like a lobby. So you really want to find you maybe 2 or 3 people that you can go at this game with, and it's a shared world, so you're always going to be bumping into new people and probably teaming up with them and adventuring off. After that, he then just quickly says, this is the next first-person shooter from Bungie. If you know what that means, buckle up and enjoy the ride. If you don't know what this means, stick around and we'll have more to share in the upcoming months. He then goes on to give you a little idea of the things that you're going to be seeing in the upcoming months, probably from GDC and E3, and I'll go over what these things are now. So he says, we'll water all the little seeds we hope are tumbling around in your brain now that we've begun to pull back the curtain ever so gently. We'll tell you about the Earth, the city, the tower, and the guardians sworn to protect it. We'll tell you about our new frontier and the enemies scouring the bones of our long-forgotten worlds. We'll show you how incredible it feels to see the fallen captain's ethereal soul ripped from its body after you've dusted his crew with your Gravesend MK-28 heavy machine gun, scattered his absorption shield with a perfectly placed pulse grenade, and delivered a final thundering shot with your beloved hand cannon. We'll show you how satisfying it is to tactically carve through the suppressing fire of a fortified Cabal warbase with your fire team. Guts of oil, geysers of steam, and shimmering loot punctuating your victory as you go. But that's all for another time. Okay, and then he goes on to make a little joke out of what happened at the PS4 Sony event, and they called up 4 members of the Bungie team, including Marty O'Donnell and the president of the Bungie, and they all came on with wearing blazers and jeans, and it just looked like they didn't know what they were doing with their hands. It was so awkward, and good old Bungie, they're a humour company. They're one of the only companies that take humour on. So they did this little sort of meme, we have no idea what to do with our hands. And then they decided to do one for their own. And they got the whole company nearly. I'm sure that's not all of them. They got nearly over 300 people. And then they photoshopped in Marty to the left there and the president up in sort of the middle there. And as you can see at the front here, the guy with the pipe and sort of the silk blazer, that's DJ, the guy who is the new community manager. I think he was the new community manager since June. I went off Bungie.net fairly after Halo Reach when they moved to 343 Industries to get ready for the Halo 4 launch, but now Destiny is starting to come in. I've moved back here. I've set Bungie.net as my homepage. Well, you know, that's what it should be. It should always be Bungie.net homepage. But after that, they go on to do a few more sort of Q&As, and the first one is, will you guys make a Harlem Shake video? And no, they've danced enough this week. They also go on to ask about week updates and podcasts, and they're not sure when they're going to start doing those again. But they do then go on to tell you about the certain pre-orders you can get now for pre-ordering Destiny on the three platforms that are available. Now, that's PS3, PS4, and Xbox 360, and of course when the Xbox 720, or whatever it's going to be called, gets released, you can pre-order it on that. Now, I know a lot of people have been complaining about the PC, and unless it was photoshopped, I did see a video from Math Chief, and he showed a little picture where it had the pre-orders, and it actually had PC. So unless that was photoshopped, maybe a PC version is coming, maybe it's going to come out a year later. But they've talked about the pre-orders at the moment for the UK, America, and Canada. They said they're going to try and get some more details on non-US participants, but the 3 pre-order bonuses at the moment are a poster of the Traveller, and on the other side it'll have the Fallen. There's also the same poster of the Traveller, but on the opposite side it'll then have the Cabal. And the 3rd pre-order bonus is a digital wallpaper for your desktop from Amazon. That seems like the sort of the worst pre-order, just because it's a wallpaper for your computer. You probably pick that up on Google Images or something like that. I'd probably back off pre-ordering now unless you really want to. If you're pre-ordering for the Xbox, maybe wait until you see what the next console is like, and maybe hold off until certain, because I'm sure they'll do this, certain stores have different pre-orders, maybe in-game things like that. So yeah, I'd hold off until you see some in-game pre-order exclusives. The next question goes on to say, what is the difference between the current generation and the next generation versions of the game? And he goes on to say that they've been planning multiple hardware platforms from the very beginning, and they can't get into the technical details of what each console's performance will be like, but they have said they are committed to bringing the full version of Destiny to every console that they ship on, which is currently the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. They then go on to talk about how their cooperation with Activision has been great. Activision has shown a real passion and a priority of making sure that they ship the best game. Activision is going to make sure that they get that out to everyone like they do with Call of Duty. I don't think anyone knows not what Call of Duty is. I mean, the day after the initial reveal, there was already YouTube video adverts and things on game retail websites. They then show another concept art picture which was shown for the PS4 Sony event, of looks like a Fallen with some sort of ball in his hands. Kind of reminds me of the Apple of Eden from Assassin's Creed, but maybe it has some sort of magical powers. And then they go on to 2 more things that I want to cover in this, and obviously someone asks when's the release date, and they say they can't answer that question yet. So end of this year, possibly early next year, if not fall 2014. We're just going to have to wait and see until, I guess, it's out. Every console has been revealed, so then they can finally go, these are the release dates. I'm guessing E3 will see that. And lastly is the music for the game. And last week, before the initial reveal came out, there was an ARG, which is an augmented reality game, and at the end of that they unlocked some desktop wallpapers and a little bit of sample music, which if I can find, I'll try and put this at the end of the video. And the question is, how has Sir Paul McCartney been contributing to the music of Destiny? And he talks about how Marty and Paul McCartney have been working quite well on getting this music done. We're not really sure how much of a contribution he's been doing to the music, but what we do know is that this is apparently the best work Marty has ever done. And from the little sample, it sounds great. It sounds mysterious. It kind of has the right feel for what you'd expect from seeing all the gameplay. So again, I'll try and get that in the end of this video, so stick around for that. And I think that's more or less everything that was covered in this mail sack. Again, it was a little bit late. It's 2 days late, and that's mainly because my previous Destiny video, I uploaded it and I went to go watch it, and I realised that the screenshots that I tried to do didn't work, and it just played the video whilst I was talking. It was a new technique that I was trying to do, and it didn't work, so I kind of rushed it together, and that's why in the previous video, the screenshots are a little bit blurred, but I thought I'd try and get that out as quickly as possible because it was already a little bit late. But hopefully, now that I'm sort of caught up, I can bring you more mail sacks, Q&As, and try and cover a few things. And then when there's more official like trailers and things, again, I will cover them all. So feel free to like this video if you've been enjoyed, if you didn't know any of these things, if this has helped enlighten you. Also, feel free to comment below and to give me your thoughts on what you think Destiny is going to be like. Are you excited? Are you not? What console are you going to get for, current gen, next gen? And do you want to see it on a PC? I know a lot of people want to see it on a PC. I feel like there will not be a PC version, and if there is, it would be a year later, mainly because Bungie is primarily a console company. I know they did like Myth and Marathon and things like that back on PCs and Macs. That's where they started out, so it would kind of make sense to go full circle and go back to where they started out. But feel free to subscribe to stay up to date with all Destiny news when I bring it out, as well as other games, and talk about consoles and E3 and GDC. Bungie will be having a panel at GDC where I'm sure they'll show off some new things and talk about the game a little bit, and I'll try and cover all the news that we get from that. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time.